Jannik Sinner, tennis's golden boy and four-time Grand Slam champion, unwittingly turning his brainwaves into a potential weapon for a foreign power. What if that sleek headband he's been using to sharpen his focus is actually a gateway for the Chinese Communist Party to harvest elite athlete data? Buckle up, this story will blow your mind. If this has you on the edge of your seat, hit subscribe now for more jaw-dropping tennis exposes that no one else is covering. Jannik Sinner has been dominating the courts like a force of nature, clinching titles at the Australian Open, US Open, and beyond, rising to world number 2 with an unbreakable hard-court streak that seemed invincible until Carlos Alcaraz shattered it in a heart-pounding final. But behind the glory lies a shadowy tool in his training arsenal, the FocusCalm Headband. This EEG device straps onto his forehead, monitoring neural activity to provide real-time feedback on mental states, helping him master high-pressure moments through breathing exercises, meditation sessions, and sports psychology drills. It's marketed as the ultimate edge for athletes, promising calmer minds, better sleep, and peak performance under the spotlight. Sinner isn't alone. Stars like IGA Swiatek, the six-time Grand Slam winner, swear by it daily, integrating it into routines that blend cutting-edge tech with raw talent. Yet, as Sinner geared up for the China Open, where he aims to reclaim his 2023 crown after edging out Daniil Medvedev in an epic showdown, whispers began to surface. What started as a routine mental training aid morphed into something far more sinister, pulling the Italian phenom into a web of international intrigue that threatens to upend his career. The headband's promise of serenity hid a darker purpose, one that could expose the vulnerabilities of the world's top competitors. As tensions build, questions arise: is this just innovative tech, or a calculated trap? Sinner's team remains tight-lipped, but the implications ripple through the tennis world, casting doubt on every victory and training session. Here on Tennis Insider, we dive deep into the stories that shake the sport. The bombshell dropped on Pablo Torre's podcast, where a 6-month investigation by Hunterbrook and PTFO uncovered the truth. FocusCalm isn't just a wellness gadget, it's bankrolled entirely by the Chinese Communist Party and the government itself. Torre laid it bare, highlighting how the device feeds neural data back to entities deeply embedded in Beijing's apparatus, potentially stealing insights from athletes at the pinnacle of their games. Imagine Sinner's focus metrics, stress patterns, and cognitive responses being siphoned off, analyzed, and possibly weaponized for who knows what: espionage, psychological profiling, or even influencing global sports dynamics. The surprise hit like a thunderclap. This isn't sci-fi, it's happening to real stars, with Sinner and Swiatek as prime examples. The headband pairs with apps to mold brains for relaxation, but at what cost? Data privacy experts are sounding alarms, warning that such tech could compromise national security, especially as Sinner heads to Beijing for the China Open starting September 25, facing rivals like Alexander Zverev and Karen Khachanov without Alcaraz in the mix. This scandal echoes Sinner's earlier brush with controversy, a 3-month doping ban in 2024 after Clostebol traces post-Australian Open, a suspension many called lenient amid staff shakeups. Now, layered with geopolitical twists, it paints a picture of a player ensnared in forces beyond the baseline. As the tennis community reels, one can't help but wonder, is Sinner a victim, or complicit? The revelations keep coming, turning routine gear into a symbol of hidden dangers. The fallout from this FocusCalm fiasco could redefine athlete endorsements and tech in sports, forcing pros to scrutinize every gadget. Sinner, fresh off defending his Shanghai Masters title against Novak Djokovic and his maiden ATP Finals win over Taylor Fritz, now navigates a minefield where mental training meets international politics. If the allegations hold, it might spark bans on such devices, investigations into data flows, and even boycotts of China-linked tournaments. Picture the tension in the locker rooms, players eyeing their own wearables with suspicion, coaches scrambling for alternatives, and fans debating loyalty versus ethics. Sinner's path forward is fraught. Will he ditch the headband, issue a statement, or double down? As he eyes reclaiming world number 1, this scandal adds unprecedented pressure, blending athletic prowess with a thriller-like plot of espionage. The Chinese Communist Party's involvement raises stakes sky high, hinting at broader schemes to dominate through subtle infiltration. For Sinner, it's a test of resilience off the court, where one wrong move could derail his legacy. Stay tuned as this unfolds, because in tennis, the real games happen behind the scenes. And remember, for the inside scoop on all things tennis, you're watching Tennis Insider. Subscribe and join the conversation.